You can pick up an iPhone XR for really cheap right now, and the iPhone XR was released 5 years ago, so it leaves you the question with, is the iPhone XR worth it in 2023? So I'm here to tell you to not get fooled. And at the end of the video, obviously, I'll tell you if the iPhone XR is worth it in 2023. Alright, so let's start talking about the design, because the design back then, it was really an outstanding design, but now with that single lens and with those rounded edges, it's kind of got an outdated design. In terms of the front, we do get a notch that is quite noticeable and quite big. It does incorporate Face ID, so you can unlock your iPhone directly with your face instead of Touch ID. It's a way much more reliable than Touch ID itself and works extremely well. What I like the most by far about the iPhone XR back in the day was all the fun colors that it does come with. I mean, you can pick up an iPhone XR in blue and yellow. There's a lot of really fun colors with it, which is really fun. In terms of the weight, it's actually quite heavy for being built out of aluminum, which is kind of crazy. Yes, you've got aluminum sides and glass in the front back. The last thing that I'm going to say about the design is that it truly is a very comfortable phone to use. It's definitely grippy as well. This glass back, it's not a frosted glass back like the iPhone 14 Pro. The latest iPhones are kind of slippery to use. The iPhone XR, since it's got like a glass back, it feels great. It feels great to hold on the hand, and it's one of those iPhones that is really a pleasure to use without a case on. Here's where it gets a little bit tricky though. If we talk about the display, it's got an LCD display, and currently in 2023, it kind of feels a little bit outdated. Now I know I can't compare every single feature, the iPhone XR versus the 14 Pro, but the other day, obviously when I was using this phone to make this video, just comparing both phones, it's crazy to see how far the iPhone has gotten in terms of the display, the quality of it, and also the brightness. The display is not bad or terrible, it just feels a little bit outdated. The LCD display makes the white not pure white. The brightness itself is very low. It's got 325 nits of brightness. Just a quick comparison for you to understand. The Apple Watch Ultra has 2000 nits of brightness. Now yes, this is a very bright display, but this is by far one of the worst weaknesses about the iPhone XR in 2023. It's the brightness. Compared to other phones that you can get, you're trying to see your screen in a very sunny day, you know, you're probably kind of have to do like this. Obviously 325, we're not talking 100, but it definitely is a weak part about this phone. Now let's get a little bit more positive, because the iPhone XR does have some really good things about it. For example, it's got the A12 Bionic chip, and in 2023, I have to say that it's still a very strong chip. It makes the phone feel so fluid after so many years of use. Standard apps that we use on our daily life, such as Twitter, email, Instagram, etc., basic social networking, it runs extremely well and super fluid. And I'm not just talking standard apps. As well, if you try out gaming, basic games will run just as fine. So this is by far one of the best things about this iPhone, the speed, the efficiency of the chip. The battery is kind of a tough topic to talk about, because you won't be able in most cases to buy a brand new iPhone XR in 2023. You're either buying it refurbished or you're buying a used iPhone XR. And obviously if you're buying a used or a refurbished iPhone XR, the battery life will probably not be the same. Now back in the day, the battery life was great. So for me in 2023, I'm getting around 6 to 7 hours of battery life with an iPhone XR. So you will need to charge it at least once per day with heavy usage. Now the camera actually holds up really well over the years. As always with any camera, if you have really good lighting, the iPhone XR will perform extremely well. It's kind of during the night that it doesn't behave as well, but overall, you've got a very simple setup. You only have one lens. You don't have a telephoto or an ultrawide. You just have a wide lens. So sure, it's not the most versatile iPhone camera out there, but it still shoots in terms of video as well. It shoots 4K 30 FPS video, so really good video. It also does have portrait mode only for people, so you won't be able to take portrait modes of objects or of dogs, but you will be able to take portrait mode of people, for example. So what I don't like about the iPhone XR is definitely the display and definitely the battery life. Those by far the two weakest parts about this iPhone in 2023. What I like about it is the chipset, that it really shines over the years. And then in terms of the camera, it's not a versatile camera with a bunch of lens and with a bunch of features and cinematic mode and all of that. But the camera that it has, it's fine for most people. It's still compatible with iOS 17. My prediction is that next year, the iPhone XR won't be compatible with iOS 18. So it pretty much has 1 to 2 more years the life cycle of this iPhone. You will obviously still continue using it, but it won't get updated anymore by Apple. So is the iPhone XR worth it in 2023 considering the price? My answer to you is no. It's obviously a great phone and you can get 1 to 2 more years with it, but basically if you compare this iPhone to an iPhone 11, I feel like it's a way much better solution to it. Or even if you've got a little bit more budget, the iPhone 12 I think is the sweet spot over there. But for me, if somebody comes up to me, if a friend comes up to me, is like, should I buy the iPhone XR? So since you're my friend, my answer to you is no. Do not buy an iPhone XR in 2023. I feel like you can get way much better options no matter how much this iPhone XR will cost you. Check out these videos right here, which I'm sure you're gonna love. Subscribe if you're new, drop a like if I helped you out, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.